All right, hey, uh, we're back, Real Life Live, afternoon, Sunday. We're like everybody else. We're on that Nolan Wells case, but we take a break every on Sunday, kind of like sometimes. Oh, we're doing that today because we're talking about what everybody else is looking at. What's this going on with the U.S. Navy and the ships and everything? Abraham Lincoln, you see what I'm saying? No food and all this shit, man. Trump, what are you doing with our soldiers and shit? And that sorry ass Pete Hescat, uh, hell, hell, that's what I call it. Hexac. He's a sorry ass, what you, war guy or whatever. Man, that guy's an idiot. So we were looking at that, and I'm like this, man overboard. Shit, they also trying to, it's a whole lot of issues with that. We'll talk about that. But they want out of there. The problem is, they can't really do that because it's the sea, okay? And there's one word: sharks. So when they tried, it was one guy that tried to jump. They probably told him, "Hey man, sharks out there." So you ain't gonna last that long. So you can't do that. But let's be honest here. The soldiers have lost hope. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, everything is going on with these ships, and they don't even know why they're there. They don't get no explanation from the idiot, the president. Now everybody's saying, well, he was talked into everything. Well, goddamn it, he's the president of the United States. He ain't talked into shit. He signs off all that shit. Come on, y'all. Y'all trying to give them a pass. And then Harris said something about the people fine. Nobody's fine on that ship, y'all. The food is horrible if they're even able to eat at all. Okay? They're walking around musty and funky. You know why? Because the showers ain't working. We heard about that. We know that now. They trying to hide that. Showers ain't working. Sewers are bagging up. Shit all over the floor. They musty and funky. They're not getting their soap. They're not getting their toothbrush. So they can't take baths. They can't eat right. They stink. And you want them to go out there to fight. No can do. And I don't blame them. Yeah. And by the way, no hot water. We're hearing about that too. They're trying to hide all that, Hegseth, Trump, all them punks. But if I saw Hegseth, as soon as I got off that ship, first thing I do, I gas him in his goddamn mouth. Hegseth, it's kind of hard to talk like this, okay? All that bullshit coming out of your mouth. You see what I'm saying? But if I was on that ship, I would be demanding. Where's the soap and where's and where's the food? Yeah, I need to do that. If we're gonna fight, we gotta be fed. Yeah, goddamn it, I don't have no respect for a head sack. He's drunk all the goddamn time anyway. He has no idea about what he's doing. Not a clue. All he did when he was young was play Risk. You know that game. That's about it. He's just battleship. All that. That's a little white boy that used to win when he played Risk. But this is real life, Pete, and you lose it. Getting our ass tore up, getting blowed up. Now you got your military, your Navy ship. They all want to get to. They all want to mutiny. They want to get out of there. They want off. You know, and let's talk about the they're hiding all these numbers in this war too. All the death numbers, who's getting killed? A lot more soldiers are getting killed. Y'all know that. Yeah. A lot more. And they're hiding that. Well, we find out, because, with the internet and all that, we're all on the, now it's the new age where they can't hide shit. Because we're all out here looking at it. And we found out articles that they don't want us to find out and read. So that's great. And yeah, the death numbers, they're hiding those, whole lot more, so, yeah. So, I tell you though, hey, you don't jump though off that ship, because that's basically that's certain death. If you ain't got a rap or anything, because you're out there, and so there's there's sharks. So do it if you want to, but I wouldn't do that, And we're talking about 5,000 sailors. Okay, treated like garbage by this administration, Trump and his boys, headset and all them punks, treating our military boys, men and women on that ship like garbage. You saw the photos of that fool. They were mixing up shit, fries and I don't know what that shit was. Looked like somebody had just you know what I'm saying. All right, so and that's why the families are outraged. Can't blame them. They can't get the care packages that they're trying to get to their loved ones. When you can give them something good, because they're eating garbage. When was the last time they had some cake or pie? Or something like that. I heard they say a couple of some apples and shit. Okay, whatever. They're not eating, y'all. You can't fight if you can't eat. Okay, so, and that's what we're talking about, because they are suffering unwanted weight loss. Unwanted. That means they don't want to lose the weight, but because they're not eating right and they're not getting fed right, they're losing weight. So that's kind of like malnutrition. Now you're expected to get a gun and go out and fight, long hours with horrible conditions over there in Iran. like a jungle, they say. Not as bad as Vietnam, but damn near getting there. So when we're getting some reports now, we hope this is not true. We heard that there's one or two, killings on that ship. We hope that's not true. So hope it's not. Doing some work on that. We're not saying for sure that we're not saying that. We hope it's not true. But we heard that there there's a couple of killings. You gotta realize something. There's some of those boys on that ship are snapping. Okay, they've been out there damn near 250 days. That's way past the record, as they say. And they say they don't have Wi-Fi either. So you ain't got no Wi-Fi. You're not getting fed. You expected to fight. You see what I'm saying? You expected to be alert, but you can't be alert if you ain't eating. That ain't working. Stomach. No. And food is garbage. They say they got shit on the floor because the sewers are bagging up. So you're walking around with garbage. I mean, and shit and everything. I mean, what? Ooh. Okay, so and like we were saying, that lying ass secretary head sec, he's lying about every goddamn thing. When they ask him about, hey, well, what about all the conditions on the ship? No food, no sanitary needs, anything. Sewers bagging up, all kind of shit, all kind of problems. Mr. Secretary, what do you say? Fake news. Fake news. I would gas him in his goddamn mouth. Here's some fake news for you. Son of a bitch. There we go. No fruits, no veggies. Nothing on that ship. No answers. They're past the breaking point, y'all. We're going to close this. But this is serious about our soldiers. They're past the breaking point. I wouldn't be surprised if you heard if one or two deaths covered up have occurred on that ship. Maybe more than one or two. We heard about a couple of things. I'm going to do a little bit more investigating on that. We're looking at a lot of unreported violence and attempts to jump that damn ship. A lot of them want to get off that ship, but we're going to close with this. Don't do it, y'all. So, because remember, if you do that, I got one thing for you. You're easy meat for sharks. So stay on the ship. I know it's hell, but at least that's not certain death. Because jumping off that ship, that's certain death. So, all right, guys. Y'all. I'll talk to you a little bit later. We'll be back with Nolan Wells case, but this is serious, and let's treat our soldiers the way they supposed to be treated, and let's not treat them like garbage.